thumbing my way to North Carolina, staring up the road and pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight.
I've got a couple of messages. First message, we've got Mr. Neely who enjoyed the didn't make it, but he sent a massive happy birthday. We also have Mr. Manson who King of Paisley, as we know. He couldn't make it tonight, but he sent a massive happy birthday. Miss Paul, who's on holiday, wants to say happy birthday. She's happy with the frankly, these people just want to be somewhere else. Mr. Charlie couldn't make it tonight. This is the only photo I've got, Jilly. I'm so sorry.
It's not great.
And I'm leaving in a rush.
Have you started? Yeah. Oh, and also another quick mention, Mr. Andy Chappelle to make it tonight. Is one on call.
As ever. We're so
No, but what he did was actually took the weekend off, which he didn't even do for my graduation, do you know, in order that he could be here. And then the babysitter let us down, and we've got the dog that had the multi-directional splatter.
Thanks for that.
For the last 3 days, you don't want to even go there. Okay, so
Anyway,
My violin just went off tune.
to absent friends.
So, I think it's probably a good time to give you a cheeky thank you.
Hey.
Thank you so much, all of you, for coming along and allowing
Thank you so
Lindy and Jilly and I to be the least of stress for you all showing up. Thank you so much. Give yourself a big round of applause. I really
thank
do. Well deserved tonight for our special friend, Miss Nadine Dormer, in case you didn't know any things. You see, you and I both know Nadine quite well. I know you're thinking, you know what, he's just going to splatter it off the screen with horrible pictures of Nadine and totally embarrass her, but I wouldn't dare, oh God, Steve, that's not supposed to be there, I do apologise, guys. But,
I was in the moment. Jaws has got nothing on.
That's not Lindy. I'm pretty sure that's Lindy.
no, you're right, it's not.
We're not actually on the toilet. That was after the police were called and we decided we should smoke out the window.
Lindy just bombed back in, didn't even knock. You know, I think we all know Nadine quite well. For me personally, she's the most organised person I've ever met in my life. She has lists for everything. I can see nods around the table agreeing. Not only does she have lists, she has the only person who has a paper diary in her. And ruthlessly goes through the pages left to right, using them if I may add, but never forgets. She's always on time. She's always fantastic at just remembering things as well, I will say. That little cringe is in your credit, so don't worry.
You don't like it
But there
enough?
are 3 things that I've learned since I've known Nadine. There's 3 things that she does fantastically well. The first one is taking the piss out. She's got really good over that, and she just gets me that little corner. Second thing she loves is toast. She's a fantastic person doing toast. She loves hearing a toast. She loves giving a toast. I get some water there. Or wine.
Wine, Gino, take what you can get.
Or a toast. But above all, she loves speeches. She loves people giving speeches. She nods away, but it's true. She loves speeches. But she likes speeches in a certain manner. And tonight, the PowerPoint presentation is to aid you heavily. So, speeches. In order to give a good speech, you need to have a slight caliber of communication skills. One of those things you certainly need is, especially in front of Nadine Dormer, it can't just be a story, it can't just be that you need to put something embarrassing that affects the person opposite or the person next to you. You'll know all too well when you've been in that situation with Nadine, when you tell a story, she butts in, she gets in, she knows every little detail. So, in order to keep it in order to keep it into a good little moment, I want you all from this little point on, from this second, I want you to start thinking of a night or a day or a holiday or an awful night, whatever you choose, where you're with Nadine or know of from when Nadine was there, of a good time, that you were all out and just having fun. Because what I want you to do is actually tell it. Not up here, it can be amongst you, it can be standing up here, it can be just standing at your table and taking your glass and come out with that story. But not just a normal story, an embarrassing story. And I've done a lot of research, guys, and I can tell you that speeches without an embarrassing story in it don't work out so well. I'll show you why. My graph without embarrassing stories are nowhere near paying as good dividends as speeches with embarrassing stories. But that's just me. I'm just saying I think also graphs work quite well as well. As you can see, they're quite high. I will say again that that's just that. Anyway, I'm not here to show off about how I make graphs and what I think they can do. I will say that an embarrassing story around the story would be fantastic. So think of that story and start letting it brew. When you feel that urge to just fire it out, tin your glass, get up, say it, or speak to the person to the left or the right of you and enjoy that story. But personally, let me hear it because I'm running low on ammunition right now. Okay. Fantastic, right. So Nadine, it's been how many years of knowing you? 3, 5,
25?
25
Oh, yeah.
2.5 years now. Short but colourful 3 years. I have managed to, do what I do. I think I do best, actually, I'll be totally honest. I think I can work something out, but I never really know how to put it down on paper, So I thought, what a fantastic idea. Let's take Nadine's qualities. Like friends, and like Ross and Rachel from Friends, pros and cons. Let's try and do that. Let's put all the pros in, but let's just stick with pros for the minute. Anything that hits positive. And again, I made a lovely graph to show that intelligence are way up. They're really good. The roly-poly's not so good, but still positive, still good. 60% there from intelligence. Humour's right up there. Always makes me laugh. And caring, isn't she just the most caring woman on earth? I think, yes, very generous, very cool. Patience.
Not so much, yeah. I take it on the chin.
I think I've made a mistake.
It's true.
I'll just fix that now. So a true reflection of Nadine's qualities. I think you'll agree. Now, if I take this graph away, and if you memorise those bars and take those quantities of all that, stick it next to the average person, and you actually get a pretty good scorecard. I think that's pretty good. So that compelling piece of evidence, ladies and gentlemen. That is clearly above average. But I will say now that I have a stand, can I just say before I say anything else, this is the first time she's not said anything for 5 minutes. This was my goal. Quick fact, 90% of all your listeners during your presentation will forget everything you said in the first 6 minutes. I've got 4 now, so this is good, we're doing well. She's above average. She's the most caring person I know. She does actually have a lot of patience for me, especially when she's waiting in a taxi on the way from Gordon Street getting to one down to Gardens. She's the funniest person I know. She's shit at roly-polies, and she's very intellectual. And I would say I'm very honoured to be in the room, and I hope you all are. To quickly raise a glass and just say what an honour it is that we all know each other through the lovely findings of Nadine. Happy birthday!
Thank you. Thank you all so much for being here. Oh my gosh.
This lecture is not over yet.
Hey.
And it is a lecture. So, I am going to leave this be. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, he just did a huge speech about speeches. Is he going to tell an embarrassing story? No, I'm not. Because I'm Nadine. Probably the same as Lindy, Jilly and all the rest of you actually. But if I tell that story, I'll get butted into and I'll get shunted down and I'll get a little punchline thrown in. And on top of that, I may as well just sit down and never bother with the bloody thing, to be totally honest. So, I invite my partner in crime of speeches and best lovely doodads and all the rest of it to get up here and say a few words and say Happy Christmas and Merry New Year! That's my little party's over. Thank you.
Believe it or not, I think Gio, from what I hear, was slightly worried that I may have sussed the plan. And to his co-conspirators, I see you both in a different light. But I know you knew Jilly and Lindy well. From going from, oh, maybe we should go now, as opposed to order another bottle of Prosecco, to the queue in Gordon Street. And I was like, we should just go to the restaurant, forget about one down church, it's far too expensive. So Lindy's great cover story was, she said about the dog and Andy wasn't, and she has phoned Andy. Then Lindy disappeared, then Jilly said, I'll go to the girls. So I'm sat there alone, I'm texting Gino going, and it's gone from the polite text to capital letters, where are you? Text. So when I came through, I really had no idea. Hence why I'm wearing flat shoes and was crying at the start of the evening. Oh, thankfully there's no roly-polies. Thankfully Lindy's wearing a skirt in the toilet. But no, what I want to say is I want to thank you for all the important parts and all the love that you've given me throughout my life. And I cannot thank you enough for organising this with Jilly and Lindy and keeping it secret, you scurrilous.
That's a miracle.
Yeah, I actually was feeling a bit unloved. I actually texted, you know, went, are we okay? Because normally I get all these random texts and just mainly boo and you're annoying and derogatory things. And that had stopped last week and a half, and I was like, oh crikey, he's probably fallen out with me. And even Lindy's texts were quite succinct and pointed, and Lindy was like, I'm so worried I was going to give it away. And I'm like, okay, have I annoyed everybody? What's going on? So I'd say the different types of love that you get. There's the love from your parents, there's the love that you get from partners, and the love that knows no end, which is friendships. So I'll end it on, there are good ships and good ships and ships that sail the sea, but the best ships are friendships. I've all sit your bum down now. See, that's more like and the girls, and then to be fair, the last bit I'm going to say is that when you're saying about all your parents, I'm saying about parents, and Barney had to live with me 3 years. He's known a long suffering. And to be fair, Dave had some of my cooking, and also Dave appreciated me for the sheer fact that I didn't give him a tea towel as a cover when Barney was like, what are you doing? I doesn't need a pillow, just give him a floor. And then, and to be fair, the generosity I've been shown, like Colin's house with Caris, and they've taken me under their wing and any time that we've been out. And Tom, to be fair, my best friend got, as I mentioned earlier, got pregnant to allow me some work when I came home from travelling. I got to know Tom. The more I got to know Tom, the more I loved Tom, and I got to meet Maria and their generosity, just warm, lovely people, and that's why we're still in touch. And Lynn has been putting up with me for a fair few years and was a master on Tuesday nights, was going, I'll see you when you come back from India. And then she went, I have to wear it. And I've had the pleasure of getting to know Rachel and Andy and being guests at their parties and their beautiful home to lovely Anna, and such hospitality and such warm people. But these two women here, either side of the Mortram, three of them could be, they're excelling each other for generosity. This one has kept me, I would say kept me on the straight and narrow, but possibly taking me wider and wider from the straight and narrow. But a more loyal, faithful and fun friend you couldn't ask for, who I know if life ever gets tough for me, she would always, always be there for me. And this one, everybody thinks she's so innocent, she's so not. I don't think she's so innocent. Just because she looks at Audrey Hepburn doesn't mean she is. Far from the first time I met her, I thought, oh, she's okay if you're a boy, but you know, she's a bit dull and doesn't say very much, because she was absolutely quaking at her shoes at being a criminal in a criminal court when it wasn't her area. But the highlight, it just sums Jilly up. We went to the ladies and Jilly twirled into the curtains before we got to the picture. She was so happy to be alive. So much fun, such a lovely person. I'm so grateful to have you and you all in my life. Thank you very much. So Happy birthday. Gracias.